see what this nonsense is all about. Last night's was good. It was a good game. I liked it. Figure out how to make this stupid thing work. Come on, work, you. I think I might need my controller here. Man, why's Twitch gotta be so dumb? I know there was an error. Hold on, technical difficulties, yeah. Come on, don't be like this. Let me grab my controller. Looks like it's wanting me to do this. Think it's gonna be a story style game? Maybe. So we'll see. Let's see. Why, huh? Select save. Tutorial, achievements, whatever. We don't care about that stuff. We just want to jump in and see what happens. Interactive graphic novel. Oh, so this will be funish. Maybe. Progress is saved. Blah, blah, blah. Access the menu. Globe, sun, moon, stars. Oh boy. When one of your decisions influences Daphne's personality, one or two symbols light up on the top of the screen. Oh, great. One of those kind. Along the edge. Okay, so along the edge of personalities. Okay. Along the edge, your decisions are neither good nor bad. And branching the story opens different narrative hypotheses shaping your adventure according to your choices. Choose wisely. Why do I have to choose wisely if it's not good or bad? That means that would indicate that it doesn't matter how I get to the end or what end I get to. It is neither good nor bad. That's what it. So I wouldn't need to choose wisely if that were actually the case. Choose wisely insinuates that there is a wrong path for me to take. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyway. So, is it settled? Yes, I guess I need this fresh start. The inheritance. It's exactly what I needed to finally turn the page. Inheritance? Man, what did they give her? I hope it was a set of cast iron pans with lids. I know you've convinced yourself of this, but are you sure you want what you really wish to achieve by relocating? After all, you recently went through a major trauma, and there's still a lot of ground to cover. Between you and I, you know what I think of your decision. I can't prevent you from leaving. Did you already find a job there? That is very important. There's a lot of places that will not hire you or look at your resume if you're not already living in the area that you're applying, which is kind of garbage, because how are you supposed to move to a new area to live there and to be able to afford to buy a house if you don't have a job, and if you have to have the job to be able to get the house, and it's nuts. Anyway. Yes, I did. I'm a substitute teaching for a math teacher at the village's middle school. A pregnancy leave 6 months. Should give me enough time to get my bearings. Oh, okay. When I first heard substitute, I was like, you're going to get called in like 3 times a month? Like, that doesn't seem very... But that's not bad. So somebody's pregnant at the school. She's going to be there for 6 months. It's not bad. That's enough time to get settled. Don't you mind giving up your PhD? Your research career was quite promising. Holy smoke, she's freaking got a PhD and she's gonna go be a substitute teacher? What kind of trauma did this lady go through that... Wow, okay, now I'm intrigued. Now I'm intrigued. Well, Hey, whoa, I got a star. Didn't enjoy being alone in the lab all day. Being in contact with other human beings is much more fulfilling. Ugh, nope, not for me. I want to be the opposite. I want to be the no people job. New relationship with Frank is quite tense. Bye, Frank. It is. We broke up recently. You know, I used to count on his support. But he's a tool. After so many years together, I need time. Guess you're fully aware that you're about to break your ties with him. Are you sure you won't regret it later? Gosh dang it, Doctor, I said he's a tool. Do you at least inform him of your plans? No, he's a tool. I don't need to inform him of anything. We're not in a relationship anymore. I can just freaking split. I don't have to tell that jerk nothing. That's right. It's none of his business anymore. Get out of here. Ooh, I got a red moon that time. No, I didn't. It doesn't concern him anymore. You have my number. Don't be afraid to call me if you need anything. I'm counting on you. Wait. Counting on you? For what? Anyway, all I can do is wish you the best. When are you leaving? Oh, tomorrow. I was going to say tonight. As soon as I walk out of your office, my car's packed. Later. August. Ooh, great month. Leaving tomorrow. Inherited a family house. Oh, grandmother's house. Oh, fantastic. Haven't known her. Now I never will. Oh, bummer. Burned bridges. The side of the family. The only side, by the way, since I never knew who my father was. Well, that sucks. It's sad. Very sad. It's a sad story now. Birthday cards. My mother had hidden them between 2 piles of laundry in the linen closet. The link. If the link had been broken, it wasn't my grandmother's fault. Okay. So if you receive something from somebody and you just hide it and you don't throw it away, then there's clearly something there that says that you don't want that relationship to be completely severed, and that something is keeping you tied together in some way. Otherwise, why keep the card at all? There would be no reason for that. You would just, like if I decided, I don't want to talk to, my mom anymore, anything she sends me, I would just throw it in the trash, and that would be that. I wouldn't, there would be nothing in the house. It would just be gone. I would just get rid of it. And that would be that, but keeping it means that you want to keep some sort of tie there, which apparently worked out well for the girl here because she got her house, the grandmother's house. So here I stand 10 years later, inheriting this big house, 300 miles away. That's it? 300 miles away? My goodness, that's a day. That's not even a day. 300 miles? Do that a few hours. Cut off of all contact from my mother. What is this, 1940? You gotta take like freaking a Model A, like 300 miles away, and you gotta send horses freaking with like letters all the way back to talk to her. What is this world? That's what they call karma, isn't it? The other PhD students asked me to meet them at the bar. Heck yes! Go see Frank. Frank was a colleague. Don't do it. Nope. We ain't talking to Frank. I was leaving. This is my last chance to do it by the book. I'm not really sure of my choice. Listen, you broke up. None of his business anymore. Later, Frank. What should I do? We're going away. Well, we're definitely not going to Frank's flat. I kind of want to go to the bar. Well, but she's having problems. She's not in the greatest mental state. Drinking, probably not a good idea. Not gonna help anything. We should go home. Oh, I didn't get anything that time. That's weird. Everything I own is packed in a couple boxes. It'd be sad to leave, but I really don't mind. My last night here, I don't know what I'm hoping to find. Fresh start. Trying to convince myself that maybe Dr. Durant is right. Maybe all of this is nothing but evading the issue. So what is the issue? Please tell me so I can help you. Help me help you. That's what I want to do. My mother feel the same when she left my grandmother's village 30 years ago. So some sort of village. Am I walking in her footsteps after all? Well, it'd be you could be, because you would be going back through the footsteps to the village that she left from. So you could be, in a sense. I don't know. The difference is that she had me. I'm leaving alone. I'm asking myself too many questions. I've taken my decision. I can't look back. Can't undo what I've done. I'll try to get some sleep. Oh crap! Ooh, 300 miles. Got up way too early. The trip is going to be long. Long? What kind of world did people live in? Shoot, I'm like, let's hop up and drive 600 miles on a day. That's nothing. Easy peasy. Little by little, civilization slowly gives way to empty space. I mean, 300 miles is definitely enough to get into the country. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a like the 300 miles is not a long. Like I don't even have to fill up my truck in order to drive 300 miles. I can fill up the tank and drive there and still have fuel left over. You know what I mean? However, replaced by an interlacing of small roads and clear directions given on the major route turn. Then a tracking game. It's getting increasingly thicker, closer to my destination. Maybe it's because I spent time in the country. I moved into town, like into a city. I lived in various cities, and then I lived more kind of out on the edge of town, and now I'm out in the country again. And so it's just, and I've been across both ends of the country multiple times. So I guess I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, I guess if somebody's lived in the city their entire life and that's the only thing they know and they've only ever driven like 20 miles, is like a long trip for them for to go to the mall or something on the other side of town. um I guess I could see 300 being long to them. Road goes through the village. It was like crossed quickly. Although I thought, oh my gosh, why am I so yawning? Although I thought I was getting away from the agitation of the city, all this peace and serenity seems to hide something nefarious. Hmm, like coyotes and raccoons and possums? Almost ominous. Okay. So is that what killed grandmother? Something ominous? After a couple miles, I turn on a dirt track, overrun with weeds. I go to the gate, making the limits of the family domain. Then on the right, I see a small stone house. That must be the outbuilding where the couple of wardens live. Specified in the Act of Secession, the notary made me sign. Interesting. Decided to leave the car there. I don't feel like driving all the way back and reverse if the tracks turn out to be a dead end. But that already seems like a bad idea. Walking a bit further, I see a man coming toward me carrying a rifle and a dead rabbit by the ears. Well, that's typically the way you carry a dead rabbit. You usually don't carry it by one paw. Hello, miss. You're on a private property. Did you take a wrong turn? No, I want. This is my new home, I think. Who are you? I think you're trespassing. That's what I want my option to be. We're gonna ask for directions. Hello, I'm looking for the Delator family domain. Am I in the right direction? Oh, you're not lost then. Why are you here? I'm Daphne, granddaughter. Gerard Bortine. I'm the warden, and nobody told me you were coming. Is the house open? No. Well, yes. Yes, no, yes, no, just no. Ah, Mr. Warden, man. It's been a couple of months now since Delator passed away, so with my wife Gilberte, we've made sure everything was weatherproofed, but the door isn't locked. Really? Well, the only path goes by our house, and there's not a lot of visitors. Anyway, the villagers usually avoid coming up here, you know? Whoa, 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 whoa. The villagers usually avoid coming up here, you know. Why? Why are they avoiding? People get worked up for nothing around here. The old lady lived alone in a big house who didn't go out much. That's enough to make them talk. Okay, so it's all just rumors and speculation. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, sir. I'll be in the house if you're looking for me. I'll send my wife, Gilberte. She'll help you open the shutters. Keep going along the path. It's not very far, and you can't get lost. Is that not the house in the background of the... Anyway. All right. Goodbye, Mr. Bortine. Have a nice day. She said little. That's 2 stories. That's big. That's way bigger than my house. I consider my house little. It's 1 story. That's 2 stories. She said, a little brick house. Jeez, thing's huge. 500 feet further, the path in the woods opens to Kind of Meadow, where the house was built. Although several generations of Delators lived there, I discovered this legacy for the first time. The building is impressive with the tower in the middle. The facade, the last remain of an older version of castle, and certainly at the origin of my family name. Interesting. As promised, the door isn't locked and opens on the entrance hall, plunged in darkness. Holy crap, this house is freaking awesome. As I cross the threshold, I'm seized by the coolness of the old stones, breaking the searing heat of the midday sun shining over the garden. I can't see much of the room, but its size promises to be intimidating. It might be a nice change from the tiny city flats I used to live in. Yes, because in the cities, it's all about space and how much you can cram into the smallest space. Because you need to get the most money out of every square inch you can, so we build up to take more advantage of every square inch. Just really trying to open when the windows let in the light. I'm surprised by a voice coming from the entrance. Related. Miss Bortine. A myth? An old woman standing at the threshold. Yes. My husband told me you were coming to the house. Are you planning to stay for the night? Hold on. How did... oh boy, tell his wife that I was coming? If I walked straight to the house and he seemingly went in a different direction and she's already in the house? Okay. I mean, maybe that's nothing. Maybe I'm over, like, analyzing, and maybe I read that wrong. Maybe she was on the behind coming in. I don't know. Much more than a night. I'm moving in. Call me Daphne, please. I'll get my share of Miss and Madam when I start working at the school. Are you aware of the inheritance? So you're Madam's granddaughter then. She used to talk about you a lot. I remember you well. I mean, it was a long time ago. You were still a baby when Miss Sophie left. Madam never got over it. Well, I'm sure you have a lot to tell me. But can't you do it while helping me open the shutters? It's kind of correct. How about, would you mind helping me open the shutter? You know, maybe a little polite. Oh, sure, I'm sorry. So you're moving into the castle. We're going to work at the village's middle school, aren't you? So now they're actually calling it a castle. She called it a house. But then again, she never was there. So to her, it's just a house. So, okay, we'll let that slide. Yes, I am a math teacher. I'm going to teach there. Well, at least for the next 6 months as a substitute. So tell me, how do you want to proceed? I mean, I know you've been working for my grandmother, but I'm not sure if I can afford your services, if you see what I mean. Ooh, yeah, I didn't think about that part. Yikes. What's gonna happen? The inheritance left me barely enough to cover the cost of the house for a couple of years. Okay, so I don't know how it is in this area, but if the house was gifted to her through the inheritance, she should only have to pay the tax on it. There shouldn't be anything else. So she won't have a mortgage payment, which means the only thing she'll have to cover in the taxes. And if it's out in the middle of nowhere, the taxes should be dirt freaking cheap. I know in the middle of nowhere where I'm at, it's not very much for a significant amount of land. So I can get enough to pay my entire year's taxes in like 2 weeks, you know? Oh, don't worry. Jared and we've retired 2 years ago, but Madam didn't forget us in the legacy. She was kind enough to let us live in the outbuilding for the rest of our days. So the outbuilding I don't own. It belongs to them. help as long as we can. My husband and I, we've done this for all our life. Work doesn't scare us in any way. It would be boring to have nothing to do all day. Lots of people are thinking about that retiring. They're like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to be so bored if I don't go to work every single day. And so they retire and then they go back to work. And, it's, if you don't need the money, that's super, super selfish, because there's somebody else that's, 18, 19 years old trying to get out on their own, and you're holding a work position, preventing them from being able to get in just because you don't want to be bored. If you need the money, that's one thing. But if you're retired and you're just like, meh, I'm bored, I'm going to go get a job at Walmart, or I'm going to go get a job at Lowe's because I know how to work lumber or whatever, whatever the place is. And you're just doing it because you're bored. You're just taking somebody else's job away from them. That's just selfish. All right, your help is more than welcome, but I can't ask you to work for free. Yeah, they're already retired. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, oh, I got another red moon. What does that mean? It's great news. Without some help, I don't know what I would have managed to get everything done in such a big house. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Happy to give you a hand. Would you like me to get you some groceries from the market? I used to do it from Adam since Miss Sophie left. She didn't go out that much. No, don't worry, I'll go. It will give me an opportunity to check the village out. Well, that's smart. You do need to check that out. Make the bed, the windows are now open, let the stuffy smell out while ushering the golden light setting in the nice summer evening. Plus, the light helps to sterilize some stuff too. I know some people in other countries hang things outside in the sun, let the sun get on it, and helps with certain bacteria and stuff to get the sunlight on it. Then she leaves me alone for my first night in my new home. Spent it watching antique television in the kitchen while eating for dinner. Leftovers of a sandwich I brought earlier on the highway. I'm trying to get some sleep. Reassuring sounds of the cars and lights of the city. Forced silence, only interrupted by some disturbing squeaking of the floorboards and the hooting of a hunting night owl. Alright, not surprising. I got in quite a bad way. Why did you get in a bad mood? And if the sight of the empty fridge hadn't pushed me to act, I would certainly have succumbed to the inviting comfort of the sofa and wasted my day napping in the living room. She sounds really lazy. I forget. Something traumatic happened. We don't know. We don't know what happened. Something traumatic happened. Market. It wasn't exactly what I imagined. We all have this romantic notion of the picturesque little country town market. This was nothing but purely fictional. Nothing romantic in the butcher stall, nor in the fishmonger's radio, tuned in way too loud on the local station that seems to broadcast at this hour of the day a playlist of songs that used to be popular but are utterly old-fashioned nowadays. Man, I'm starting to think she's just a negative Nancy. Like, geez, so pessimistic about everything. Buying some bread when somebody boldly cuts in front of me. Oh, boldly cuts in front, like, don't you know who I am? I'm the new substitute math teacher. I have a PhD. Can't cut in front of me. I don't like you. I don't trust you already. You give me 3 baguettes and 2 nut breads sliced, please. I'm going to go with this tool is a Gaston style who is just nothing but trouble, and we don't want him in our life. Go away. Shoo shoo. I'm sorry, but I believe it was my turn. It will only take an instant. Don't worry. Get worked up. No, we ain't getting worked up. We're already negative Nancy. We're not doing that. Nope. I don't care if it takes an instant or 10 minutes. I thought I said stay calm. You're not from around here, are you? What does it have to do with anything? Listen, miss. Please inform yourself before you start making a scene. It's a little bit embarrassing. See, I'm done already. It didn't take that long, did it? Have a nice day. Man puts change in the baker's hand before disappearing on the street. Seriously, who's this guy? You're not from around here, are you? It's Maltier's son. His family owns a sawmill that employs half the town. As for the other half, they're all in business with him, one way or another. Does it give him the right to behave like this? Shouldn't cross the Maltruses, you know. They've been in town for generations, and people say all sorts of things about them. See, I called it. I knew it. He's an evil piece of crap. He's a turd face. Strange accidents, businesses suddenly going bankrupt. People are quite superstitious here. It doesn't sound like superstitious. Superstition is like, oh, every time a ladder falls down, somebody dies. Like, that's superstitious, you know? Um, this is an educated guess based on proper observation of past incidences. Like, that's past superstition. It's a weird game. Who made this? It doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. They shouldn't take advantage of people. We're just gonna really, man. Blue Star. It's countryside. A lot of people here still believe in that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, if that's the kind of thing, I mean, you can't in a town that small. You could do something about it. It wouldn't be that hard. People are free to think what they like. I'm leaving the area soon, so you'll understand. I don't want to drag myself into this. The others told me to be careful, this family, and I don't want any trouble. Let's see. Oh boy, what have we been on? 26 minutes. Hopefully I get to a good stopping point here. So I realize I've already been here a couple of days, and I haven't taken the time to visit the house properly. With my tight schedule, I stayed in the main rooms, going from bedroom to the kitchen through the living room. It's high time I take advantage of the weekend to give myself the grand tour. Maybe I'll learn a thing or two about my grandmother and the family I know nothing about. I'll also ask a couple questions. Warteen. Till now, she's remained very evasive. If I go see her outside her work hours, she might be more inclined to answer me. She's a very discreet woman and somehow always manages not to be in the same room as me. I leave the kitchen to take a shower, and I come back to find the leftovers of my breakfast have been put away, the table has been cleaned up, and the dishwasher is gently humming. So this is an old castle, but they did take the time to renovate it and put in a dishwasher. So even though it's been in the for generations, they've definitely made some serious modifications. Which I'm assuming if they did that much work to put in a dishwasher, they've updated at least some of the electrical, possibly the three prongs, you know, so it's rounded properly, try to avoid the electrical fire deal and all that fun stuff. Told her several times not to make the bed. I'm perfectly capable of doing it myself. She seems to be knowledgeable, but keeps making it the next morning. Anyway, well, I guess you might enjoy a friendly visit. Or not. Where should I start? Mother's old bedroom. Tower. Question 14. Let's go with 14. Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, hi, Miss Daphne. My joints are aching. This doesn't even have. This does not have any music at all. Sound is on. That's weird. Okay. All right. Hi, Miss Stephanie. My joints are aching today. Must be the weather getting colder. Summer always goes fast. It's almost fall already. Can you believe it? But enough talking about me. I'm sure you haven't come around to hear the old maid complain about her rheumatism. How can I help you, miss? Tell me how it was like in the old days. I mean, before Mom left. When your mother left, we were already at the end of the rope, if you allow. We were already at the end of the rope, if you allow me, miss. There were only your grandmother and Miss Sophie living here. Okay. Grandfather died when your mother was still a little girl. Illness that took him without warning. The doctors didn't know what to do for this poor man. But when I arrived, it was something else. There were lots of people living in the castle. Wait. That No, 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 no. I don't want to do checkpoint. Interesting. Okay. I guess I don't understand what just happened. The cousins, the uncles, the aunts, and the swarm of children. What happened? I don't really know. There were some unexplained deaths, accidents. Some of them left the area, got out of touch. It all started when the Maltresses bought the sawmill. Oh, so we just gotta go kill some Maltresses, huh? Get some mouse traps for these guys. We're just gonna go with it. There must be connection. That seems crazy, but there must be connection. Don't you think? Can you really believe it's a coincidence? I can't tell. All I can see is that the Maltresses flourish, the Delators wither. I met Maltresses' son in the bakery. This hooligan? I know it's none of my business, but you should be wary of him. Yeah, no kidding. He's a good-for-nothing who spends his time doing who knows what, hanging around his car. Ah, all right. So a little brick line cut, and bye-bye. Anyway, I don't judge people. He's a tool. I agree with you. You're right. He acted like a jerk. Oh, I got a red moon. Ah, do you see exactly my point? Yes, we're allies. We're allies with the old lady. Well, since you're asking me about the past, would you like to see old picture album? All right. Sure, tell me where I can find them. I'd love to take a look. Thanks. Come into the living room. There's some pictures taken by your great grandfather. Say something else. Nope. Apparently that's it. That's all I wanted. Just chat about the tools that own the sawmill. Maybe we should grab a good wrench and loosen a couple blades down at the sawmill. You know what I'm saying? Have a little accident of their own. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll come back later. What should I do next? Holy crap, there's a ton of new stuff. All right, so that did save right there. I think that's going to be a good spot to stop. I think we got a good feel, a good idea of kind of what this game is, and kind of what's going on here. I think that's paints the picture pretty good. Yeah, I can't say that I'm definitely going to finish this game or not. Um, I'm not a huge fan of this type of game. So maybe sometime in the future we'll revisit it. But for now, that's going to be it. And see you next time. Later.